Three Demons, Book 1, Chapter 5, The Arranged Marriage. I woke up the next day due to a knock at my door. I yawned. I'm coming. I open the door and I see Ria and Asuka. Oh, hey guys. Why are you at my house? Ria invites herself in and sits on my couch along with Asuka, who had an embarrassed look on her face. I decided to be courteous and go grab everyone some tea and sit down along with them, since I had figured something important had happened for Ria to come to my house all of a sudden. So, did something happen? I wouldn't imagine you'd come visit on your own goodwill, I asked while she sips on her tea. Ria giggled at my remark. Oh, Randy, I can come visit more often if that's something you'd like for me to do. I look away, trying to hide my blush, but from the corner of my eye I see Asuka's looking at me with upset eyes. Actually, I was wondering if Asuka could stay here with you, she says more nonchalantly than she honestly should have. I almost choke on my tea. I'm sorry? Why do you want Asuka to live with me? I haven't lived with anyone in almost a year. I'm the wrong guy for that job, Asuka, I tell her, trying to change her mind. Or Ria, my bad. Well, clearly you and Asuka are a lot closer than she is with anyone else in the company, so it's only sensical for her to live with you and have her shown around for the time being, she tells me, leaving me dumbfounded. I'm honestly at a loss for words. I eventually cave and allow Asuka to stay with me. At least Asuka seemed happy, so I guess everything is alright. In the subconscious, Joseph tells us, Guys, Randy has a woman living with him now. It's a miracle. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I asked defensively. Let's be honest, Randy, you've never been good with women, Jake tells me. That's because I blacked out and you grope them every time, I say, balling my fist. I spent the rest of the day helping Asuka move in, packing and unpacking her stuff, getting her room set up. Just a whole day getting her settled in. I flopped down on the couch from exhaustion from working all day. Asuka sits down next to me a lot closer than I really preferred her to be. Alter switch to Jake. Asuka leans against Jake, causing Jake to turn red as a beet. Hey, Jake. Jake gains his composure and looks down at Asuka. What's up? Asuka had a saddened expression on her face. Is there a reason Randy always retreats into y'all's shell every time I get close to him? Jake's normal blushed expression quickly goes away as he looks down, his hair covering his eyes. It's a long story, Asuka. Randy isn't one to be close to people or get in serious confrontations. He has a dark past, Jake tells Asuka. Jake goes quiet for a little while Asuka is holding onto his arm. What happened to him? She asks Jake. Randy never had a good relationship with his parents. They're essentially the reason why me and Joseph even exist in the first place. Those bastards are the reason why... He stops, gritting his teeth. What happened to his parents? Asuka asks, to be sympathetic for Randy. They're dead, Jake says, looking away from Asuka. Asuka's eyes widen and she jumps up and looks at Jake. Jake, did you? Jake sighs slightly, sadly. No, I didn't do it. Not me. Asuka falls onto Jake and hugs him tightly. I'm sorry. I know this is tough. I shouldn't have even asked. Jake hugs Asuka back. No, it's okay. Everything will be okay, Asuka. Just take care of Randy, okay? Asuka nods, burying her face, and head out to the club room to meet up with Ria and the others. So, how are these sleeping arrangements, Asuka? Ria asked, pushing her glasses upwards. Asuka smiled. It's going pretty well. Randy is so welcoming and makes sure everything is comfortable for me. Ava giggled. It makes me also want to move in with Randy if it's as good as you're saying, Asuka. No way. It's awkward as hell having one roommate as it is, I say with a sigh. Ria laughs. Well, you do need to break out of your antisocial shell, Randy. Everyone starts chuckling at that remark. I hang my head down in defeat. She's right, you know, Joseph tells me from the subconscious. What's that supposed to mean? I ask Joseph. He means you spent most of your time alone and not even trying to get in touch with people. Well, up until you were reborn a demon, Jake responds. Randy, pay attention, Ria calls out to me, snapping her fingers, as I was spaced out talking to Joseph and Jake. I apologize to her and listen to what everyone has to say. Ria sighs. Look, Randy, compared to everyone else, you're seriously underperforming everyone in terms of participation. Look, what do you want me to do? I suck at interacting with people, and I'd rather not screw up the company's name with a fuck-up, I tell Ria. Ria smirks. Well then, it seems you need to shape up in another way then. Jake pops up in the subconscious. Why did that sound so sexy? I clear my throat. What do you mean by that? I ask her to try my best to ignore Jake's comment. Well, Randy, you've done no training with any of us, yet you were able to defeat that fallen angel with just one shot. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. So, early first thing in the morning, me, you, and Oscar are heading to the training grounds behind the clubhouse. How early? I ask her as she smirks. I wake up at 4 in the morning for this training regimen. Actually, Oscar woke me up and served me breakfast. It was actually pretty good, though I probably ate way too much due to my stomach starting to ache. Me and Oscar arrive at the clubhouse training grounds where Rhea waited for us. Without missing a beat, Rhea looks at me and tells me, "On your hands and knees now." I'm dumbfounded at first, but I did not have time to wonder what that meant as Rhea placed her foot behind my knee, forcing me to the ground in a push-up position. Rhea sits on my back with her knees crossed. Now push. I instantly thought I wouldn't be able to do it since I've never been the athletic type, but as I pushed up, it honestly felt like I was on air. Like Rhea wasn't sitting on me at all. No resistance. It was kind of boring. No challenge whatsoever. Rhea had a curious look on her face. Interesting. You're having no problem at all doing this basic exercise. That's quite peculiar. Oh shit, I thought to myself. It felt like Rhea was planning something super wicked. Something tells me I'm about to go through hell. Next thing I know, I feel Rhea's demonic aura increase. I feel my body begin to become a lot heavier all of a sudden. I looked at my arms and saw they were becoming nothing but skin and bone. What the hell's going on? I drop down to the ground, barely keeping my body afloat. I can feel my bones begin cackling. This is my aura's abilities. It allows me to drain whoever body of all the liquid until they turn into nothing but dust in the wind. Alter switched to Joseph. Oh my god, you're one crazy bitch! Joseph screams out in pain, trying to concentrate on bringing the liquid back into his body. Rhea, are you sure this is a good idea? I mean, you could really kill Joseph if you're not careful. Oscar asks with a very concerned look on her face. Rhea's demonic aura slowly fades away, but the effect still lingers on Joseph. Joseph can barely hold himself up with no muscle to work with. I know I can kill him. That's why I have you here, Oscar. Your healing ability will bring back all the muscle that Randy has lost during this exercise. Rhea tells Oscar with a distracted look on her face. Suddenly, Joseph begins pushing upward, his muscles gradually going back to normal the farther up in the push-up he gets. Joseph pushes up all the way and even bucks Rhea off of him. Joseph is breathing heavily, clearly close to dehydration. Fuck this, give me water! Joseph screams, lifting his hand up from the dirt, causing water to come up from it, and proceeds to drink the water. Oscar runs over to Joseph and hovers her hand over his body to heal him of whatever damage he sustained. Joseph looks over to Rhea, who's clearly off in her own world. You almost fucking killed me! Joseph tilts his head and walks towards Rhea and waves his hand on her face. Notice me! Rhea snaps back into reality and smiles at Joseph. Sorry, Randy, I'm not feeling myself today. You're right, I did go a bit too far with the exercise. Rhea, Joseph, and Oscar continued the training, which included silent meditation to strengthening our demonic aura, dodging demonic blasts from Rhea to better our speed, hitting targets blindfolded to improve our senses, and just more of Rhea lowering the water in our body, which is hell and always will be. Alter switch to Randy. I'm at home gathering clothes to take a shower and bathe myself. It feels like my nose has gotten 3 times more sensitive since I can't stand to smell myself any longer. I asked Oscar earlier if I smelled funny, but she told me I smell fine. Though, I've just been on the assumption that she was just being nice to me. I walked to the bathroom door without paying any... Oh my Jesus. I walked to the bathroom door and without paying any attention, I opened the door without knocking and see Oscar sitting in the bath. Alter switched to Jake. Oh shit, sorry about my dick. Jake tells Oscar with a face as red as a tomato whilst trying to walk back out of the bathroom before she grabs his arm. Hey, Jake? Oscar's face flushed deep red, with us looking away from each other. Yeah? What's up, Oscar? Jake responds with a nervous chuckle. Would it be alright if you stayed with me? Jake's face turns to a bright shade of red, with him being unable to respond to what Oscar had just asked him to do. I heard people become closer when they take a bath together, Oscar tells Jake shyly, holding onto his arm. Jake is completely frozen. In the subconscious, Joseph speaks out. I see this as a total win. It is absolutely not, me and Jake yell at once back at Joseph. Why the hell not? She's literally asking for it, Joseph asks condescendingly. Jake turns towards Oscar and grabs her hands. Look, Oscar, I'm not sure if us taking a bath together would be the smartest idea to get to know each other better. There are so many better ways to learn about someone. Jake tells her, looking away from her naked body. Asuka looks up at Jake. Really? Jake nods. Of course! Now, if you excuse me, Jake reassures her before darting out of the bathroom back into our room. Jake sits on our bed and crosses his legs and thinks to himself aloud. Asuka is too pure and innocent for this world. That means I need to protect her from people like myself. You totally wanted to bone her in there, Jake. Don't lie to yourself, Joseph tells Jake, appearing in the subconscious. Oh, shut the hell up, Joseph, Jake asks. Jake tells him. Suddenly, a portal opens in front of us, with Rhea stepping out of it. Jake is startled by this and jumps back a little bit. Hey, Rhea. Don't take this the wrong way, because it's kind of hot. But why are you in my room? Jake asks her. Rhea has a sad look on her face, as if she had been putting something off, or had been deciding to do something for a while now. Randy, I need you to take my virginity, she tells us, beginning to strip down nude. Excuse me? Randy screams from the subconscious. This is such a plot twist, Joseph yells at the same velocity. Jake is frozen from shock at what Rhea just told him to do. I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you correctly, Jake tells her with an awkward smile. Bitch, don't you lie, you heard her clearly. Don't be a pussy and fuck her, Joseph demands Jake. Rhea then climbs on top of Jake, staring him in the eyes, making him turn deep red. Am I not good enough for you, Randy? Jake is stammering to find a response. No, you're amazing. Then why won't you take me then? Rhea asks with a sad look on her face. Jake then grits his teeth and buries his face in Rhea's chest, wrapping his arms around her. Rhea tries to hold back moaning from the reaction to Jake burying his face in her chest. Then another portal opens up, interrupting Jake and Rhea before they begin to do anything. Damn it, of course I'm too late, Rhea says with a now depressed look on her face. A beautiful woman appearing to be in her 30s with the darkest black hair I've ever seen going down to her back, that's featured in a long braid and silver eyes. Lady Gabrielle, Lord Hades would be most upset to see you trying to make love with a low-level demon, not even a full-blooded one at that, the woman tells Rhea, staring straight daggers through her. Rhea looks down at us before sitting up, continuing to have the sad look on her face. I'm sorry for pushing this on you, Randy. That's all she has to say, Randy says in the subconscious. Why are you complaining? We almost got some action, Joseph states with determination. Alter switch to Randy. The next day, I walked to the club room with Kazuto and Kitsune and asked them if Rhea had been acting strange around them recently. I haven't noticed anything. Why don't you ask Ava? She is Rhea's right-hand servant. If anyone were to notice anything, it would be her, Kazuto tells us before stopping in his tracks and looking down with a serious look on his face. However, there is one thing I can imagine that would set her off. We arrive at the club room and see the same woman with the black hair that appeared in my room last night. Rhea is sitting on the couch with her arms crossed, looking down, clearly not in a good mood. Suddenly, a portal opens up, and out comes a tall and handsome man with spiky white hair and dark blue eyes. He wears a dark blazer with a golden handkerchief, dark dress pants, dress shoes, and a white button-up shirt underneath. Please welcome Lord Mochi Sakuraba, the woman with black hair announces. This guy is clearly someone important. Thank you, Lady Gabbard. It's an honor to be in the presence of my beautiful fiancée Rhea once again, Mochi says, taking a bow. I'm shocked. I didn't know Rhea was engaged to someone. It really makes last night awkward, though. Mochi begins to sit next to Rhea on the couch, wraps his arm around her, and plays with her hair. So, these must be your servants. A small bunch of individuals, wouldn't you say, Rhea? Mochi exclaims. However, Rhea chooses not to respond to him in any way. For some reason, I can't help but have a bad feeling about this. Rhea stands up forcefully. Look, Mochi, I've told you before, I am not going to marry you. Plot twist! Joseph screams out in the subconscious. I am so confused. There are so many contradictions being thrown out, it's beginning to be hard to keep up with. Mochi stands up and gets in Rhea's face. Now, dear Rhea, you do know that this is something your father, Lord Hades of the Greek pantheon, has set up to keep the ranks of the underworld as strong as possible. This is for the sake of resurrecting Lucifer from his grave. My eyes widen. Wait, her father is the Greek god Hades? Wait, didn't the black-haired lady say something about it yesterday? I thought to myself. I don't care in the slightest. I will be the one to decide who I marry, and there is nothing you nor my father can do about it, Rhea tells Mochi with a thunderous approach. Mochi then slaps Rhea to the ground. I begin to run after Mochi, but Kitsune grabs me. You son of a bitch! I screamed at Mochi, but then stopped myself, realizing what I'm doing. What am I doing? I ask myself. Mochi laughs. What's a low-tier demon low-life going to do about it? She is my fiancée, and I shall treat her however I please. I grit my teeth. I don't know why I'm so pissed off about this, but this guy is really pushing my buttons. Calm down, Randy, Joseph tells me in the subconscious. I take a deep breath and regain my composure. Gabbard speaks up. Lord Mochi, Lord Hades had a backup plan just in case Lady Gabrielle were to rebel against the arranged marriage. He has put together a battle between lords. Everyone is shocked to hear this news, but Mochi seems thrilled and begins laughing. Well, this is going to be an easy victory for the Sakuraba Company. Including myself, there are 17 members in my company, Mochi tells us, snapping his fingers. 16 women appear out of a demonic portal from left to right. I notice a woman 6 foot in height, slim figure, purple eyes, silverish purple hair. Next, a buxom woman with a large bust, 5'6" in height, dark purple hair and eyes to match. Next was a woman who looked like Mochi, but 5'4" in height, white hair and auburn eyes. Next, a slender woman wearing some masculine clothing, black hair and brown eyes. A feminine figure wearing a robe around her body. A woman wearing a blue and black kimono with long black hair and blue eyes. A woman with silver hair, red eyes, and wearing a gas mask. A woman wearing a brown martial arts gi with black hair that's put up in a long ponytail and golden brown eyes. Next are 2 sets of twins. One set both had black short hair and pointy ears, one with blue eyes and the other with golden brown eyes, wearing black schoolgirls' uniforms. The other set of twins had rabbit ears, one wearing all black with blonde hair and blue eyes, and the other wearing all white with reddish pink hair and pink eyes. I see 2 maids, one with long brown hair kept up in a ponytail with turquoise-colored eyes, and the other having a blank stare and black hair. Another woman wearing a dress that looks like a queen would wear it, white hair going down to her waist, put up in a braid, and light blue eyes. The final woman is the shortest among them besides the 2 sets of twins. Blue hair, light blue eyes, wearing a white shirt with blue suspenders. Mochi begins gloating. Look, Rhea, counting the 2 of us, your company only has 6 members compared to my 17. There's not much you can do to beat me. Getting out of this marriage is only a fever dream. Rhea grits her teeth and begins standing before Mochi kicks her across the room by her abdomen. You bastard! I scream, running before Mochi summons one of his servants, the shortest one with the blue hair, who rams a wooden staff into my abdomen, setting me into Kisene's arms. Rhea stands up, clenching her abdomen. Lady Gabbard, tell my father I accept the battle. And that is the end of Chapter 5.